So for the past week, I've been working on a little project that involves my Dobsonian telescope, my 8-inch f6 Dobsonian to be specific. But we're turning it into an Astrograph. And we got a new mount, so naturally that meant I had to get a bigger scope. We're gonna have some fun. She's not that light. After imaging with the Esprit for about a year almost now, it's been a fantastic wide field of the scope, but I did kind of end up getting a little bit of aperture fever. We'll stop with this guy for a little while, try to get the most out of it. But the Esprit will be probably used this summer for some more wide field stuff around Cygnus especially. Stay tuned for some fantastic projects with this guy. In terms of budget Newtonians, mirrors are mirrors usually. GSO kind of makes most of the mirrors in these scopes. So the optical performance was to be expected. The performance of the scope, not so much the sharpness, but the usability of it surprised me. Getting it configured for imaging, considering that it was a Dob for visual use, went a little bit better than I expected. We have a Antares 2-inch hybrid low-profile focuser here, just to give some extra in focus. And we have, of course, our 1600 mm and 7x36mm filter wheel, as we were using with the Esprit. And we're actually using a Algma OAG. They're based actually in my home state, North Carolina. And they have some nice hardware, so we got their OAG. And we're using a 120mm variant. This is just a QHY version of ZWO's ASI 120mm. And same sensor. And we have, of course, our EAF from the Esprit. The EQ6R is holding this like a champ. We got some weights here just to properly balance it in a 3D space. So we got our mini PC on the other side here, mounting that with good old 3M double stick tape. It does the job. Eventually I like to get a little more direct 3D printed mount for the mini PC, but for now, testing purposes, I've used 3M. It holds fantastically well. If you guys need to stick anything on, depending on the surface, 3M is some great stuff. I recommend it for just, test fitting some stuff. I'm gonna show you guys a closer view of this low profile focuser. It's done a fantastic job so far, very sturdy. It's using the usual rack and pinion type with linear bearings, which help with the rigidity very nicely. And the OAG has done well. I did have trouble getting the guide scope in focus just because of the configuration of this Newtonian. Lots of tricky stuff with the back focus, but we did get it working with some modifications. And we have a primary mirror mask. If I just open this up real quick, we are running a mirror mask down there, and I have some felt around here to just dampen some of the reflections. We also have a bigger secondary on the way from GSO, so that will just cut down on the vignetting heavily. And we also have some Bob's knobs for that secondary spider collimation, and that will just ease up the quality of life there. Now, some of the main differences between a refractor and a reflector. A lot of people really like refractors because they give superior contrast and sharpness when they're in comparable sizes. So, a 200mm refractor would be superior in terms of sharpness and contrast to this guy right here. The issue with that is they're incredibly impractical. Producing refractors above 120mm start to become maybe 150, depending on which refractor you go to, can start to get insanely expensive. The price to performance ratio with reflectors is quite high. For instance, finding an 8-inch Newtonian, even an imaging specific Newtonian, which is a little easier to rig up for imaging DSOs, that can be had for a very small fraction of an equivalently sized good refractor that is capable of imaging DSOs without a ton of aberrations. But regardless, having a small refractor and a large Newtonian proved to be a really nice duo. Good wide field capabilities with this guy, and we can go a little bit deeper with the Newtonian. So all in all, this is looking like a promising project. Some of the best data this has put out was of the Crab Nebula in Taurus, and I'll show that up on the screen. It showed some exceptional sharpness. The seeing that night was definitely on the calmer side, and the focus and everything was dialed in. Now the galaxy season is coming up. I have a lot of targets in mind to prove to make some really neat images. We're looking forward to that, and stay tuned for more content.